and action. This is episode 53 of the Friday podcast for thee. What it be? Keep it G.
Follow me.
Follow me.
Follow me.
Oh yeah, I got Oxi Clean on my hands the other week. And that shit was scary as fuck because it started turning like white spots all over my hands and shit, and it wouldn't go away, so I just kept washing. And it would burn. Man, that was scary as fuck. Did I write anything else down that I need to talk about this week? This random 95% of heroin in Europe is from Afghanistan. Yeah. Anyway, moving on. Let me drop another question. Alright, what's one thing you are worried that you will never change for you? What one thing are you worried will never change for you? My relationship status. How do you resolve conflict? First internally, then externally. If you were going to write an essay about your life, what would your essay be called? Oh, the essay about a real essay. Do you think there should be a salary cap for actors in movies? No, I don't think so. I don't think it's fair, because if I become an actor, shit, and I know my worth, I want $10 million for the movie, shit. Do you have a favorite furniture designer? Nope. Jesus, he was a carpenter, right? So he probably made like chairs and shit. What is your favorite outfit? Yo, this right here. These Champion shorts right here, they're so comfortable and shit. This Hanes t-shirt and some New Balance slides. You know what I'm saying? They dirty as fuck right now, but that's my favorite outfit because it's so damn comfortable. What is your point of no return? I don't even know what that means. Your point of no return. Like once I do one thing, there's no going back. I mean, once I can make enough money from the podcast, once I make as much money from the podcast as I do from my job, I think that point it's like, okay, there's no return. There's no going back to the normalcy. Let's see. Are you a godparent to a child? If so, who? No, but there's a song where I say, I'm the godfather of God, King of Dallas. What did you think was stupid until you tried it? Ooh. What did I think was stupid until I tried it? Damn. I don't know. I never thought meditating was dumb. There was never anything that I thought was like, oh, that's stupid, you know? I need my cocktails. Something I thought was dumb until I tried it. Can't even think about anything. Something I thought was dumb until I tried it. Because I always had an open mind. I really can't think of anything. Oh, something I thought I was dumb until you tried going to work every day. But I've done that as well. Most jobs before this current one, I went to work every day. Would you ever date someone with a kid or kids? Sure, why not? I mean, I had one. What's the worst thing you've ever tried? Liver and onions. If you could live 1 week with an uncivilized tribe to learn their ways, would you? Nah. Name something you had, because I might die in that week. Name something you had a close call with. Something you had a close call with. Close call, close call. As the walls close in, then as the clothespin, from beginning to end, I smoke weed and sip gin and get buzzed like the insect on the motherfucking chin. Chin of the damn dirty pigs. I'm coming through, man, I'm searching through the cribs. What it do, man, I ain't calling dibs. What it do, man, you can't call this. C-check, beat wreck. I go hard. Catch me on the boulevard. I pull your card. And I ain't talking Pokemon. Let's get it on. I got that strong arm. That bomb.com. Alright, let's bust out with some Be More Yoda. Let's get a Yoda quote. So in this subsection right here, so what's interesting is the episode that I'm recording is 53. And I opened straight up randomly to 35. And it says, plan for the future, but do not ignore the present. It pays to consider your end game and how you might get there. But don't let planning preoccupy you to such an extent that you forget how to act. You'll never leave the moisture farm and find your destiny among the stars if you spend all your time dreaming and no time doing. But be flexible about your objectives. Your dream may turn out unlike anything you have ever expected. That is so on point to my life right now. All his life, Yoda says, has he looked away to the future, to the horizon, never his mind on where he was. Damn. Real shit, baby. Shout out to Clean Cause, USDA Organic, Sparkling Yerba Mate. 50% of profits support addiction recovery. Alright, let me pull up a little some. Pulling up a flow, you already know. Smoking on some dough. I'm a pro. So we did I've done all the triple numbers of the basic 1 through 9. I did 10. So moving on from those numbers, there's a number I've been seeing a lot. And that number, shout out to Kanye and Donda that just dropped, but it's 808. Shout out to 808s and Heartbreak, right? But 808 is an interesting number. And it is an angel number. Yeah. And it's 508 right now. Wait, feeling great. Alright. So number 808, people possess great aura. They literally attract progress, success, and achievement by their nature. So that's like your angel number. Like, I guess if you're like born August 8th, and that did just pass 8/8, Lionsgate. So 808, number 8 is strong here, and its energy is very well balanced. The number is seen 2 times. And at both the beginning and the end. The number 8 represents material aspect of life in the first place. It symbolizes wealth, fortune, professionalism, success, materiality, and material freedom. Efficiency, social status, excellent judgment and authority. It boosts your self-confidence and makes you a constructive individual. Number 8. My son was born in 08. Let's see. It boosts your self-confidence and make you a constructive individual. On the other hand, number 8 could also nurture some bad habits and not so useful ways of thinking and approaching things to life. Because when you flip 8, it's infinity sign. So it's up and downs. It does awake the complex of superiority and the need to dominate over everything. So you got to keep that in check, including other people. You don't want to do that. Number 8 could also produce greed, arrogance, tactlessness if you do not learn to direct its energy toward positive changes and positive things. The number 0 is a magical and mysterious one. It represents infinity, eternity, both nothingness and fullness. It stands for both beginnings and endings and amplifies vibrations of numbers it stands with in that combination. So the 0 enhances the 8s. It's a particularly good omen for personal inner development and spiritual awakening. So overall, if you see 808 on the clock, or you see 808 on a phone number, or you see 808 on the license plate, or anywhere, your speedometer, well, not your speedometer, but the mileage, it's a blessing. It's a good omen for personal inner development and spiritual awakening. Numbers 808 generally brings luck and fortune, but it can also lead to disappointments. The thing is, the greater the success, the more difficult it is to bear failure. People with angel number 808 do not like to risk the reputation of strong and confident ones. So that is the reason why they are so afraid of failure. You cannot fear failure. Numerology facts about number 808. It's related to an old and long forgotten Russian practice of fortune telling. It involves 3 candles that mark numbers 808. The practice is to say what you are interested in aloud and observe the lighting candles. The manifestations that flames make during this practice are then interpreted as omens about the thing you are in doubt of. Now, this website, they have not tried it, but it's interesting fact adds to our interpretation of number 808 as a particularly powerful spiritual message. In numerology field, 808 is seen as a number related to 7. If you sum up the digits until you get a single digit number here, it leads to 7. 8 plus 8 is 16, 6 plus 1 is 7. 7 is particularly interesting from a spiritual point of view, and it makes the overall energy of 808 oriented towards inside. Number 7 represents freedom of thought, spiritual journey, and spiritual discovery, inner wisdom, and solitude. It also stands for mysticism, philosophy, knowledge, science, logic, individualism, and independence. See an angel number 808. Number 808 tells you that the life is an ever-flowing stream of events. It means you should focus your attention and your efforts and thoughts on current situations without thinking too far into the future. The future will come anyway. You should enjoy what happens now. Since you are greatly materially oriented, one of your fears is losing material stability. It is. That's a personal issue. Number 808 brings fortune. Your angels assure you that whatever happens, you will have a solution to keep your life harmonious. And that's the point right now, as my bank account is kind of low. Guardian angels send you number 808 to remind you life is also made from small wonders. You know, things like soothing rain, a passing bird, a trinket you buy just because you liked it, and so on. It's little things. 808 is also a sign. It's a drum, and the drum is a important part of like the heart, and that's why, you know, in past spiritual meetings and events, they would always use drums. Not everything in life has to be grandiose. Quiet, calm, and small things in life are actually what makes it harmonious and enjoyable. You should learn to value such things. 808 itself is balance. So if you find you struggle with all those above mentioned, it just means you should really direct your efforts toward finding peace and harmony deep within. Incredible. Last part, all things in life come and go. So do not stress over what might be. Enjoy the moment. Share it with those you love. Be kind, not judging over yourself. Forgive yourself for any mistake you have made. Your angel said. So that's 808, which I've been seeing a lot. Yo. Who knows what the next angel number next week will be? You know what I'm saying? So, the crystal is calcite. Looks a little like gypsum. That's why we wait for that to load up. Blazing. Oh, I'm blazing. Let's see, can we put another track? No, that don't use copyright. Smoke break, baby.
Shout out to my homeboy Louis Puente. Hitting the notes.
Palo Santo.
I sit zone stone, big ass glass of Patron. Turned off the phone, I ain't trying to go home. BS stands for bullshit, backstabbing, big sus. The last one is BJ, so big ups. She knows how to make a chatterbox. Fill up from my super rock, you can call it pop rock. Like the candy, put it in the mouth and then I pop. If y'all don't understand me, candy, she eats a lot. Eat it up like a piñata until the goodies dry. Chop it up like helicopter, except I'm on your block. I could be your doctor. Girl, I'll let you get on top. Raise your heartbeat and make your cholesterol drop. But best of all, I don't stop eating like a pot. Spending is something I don't got, so I'm praying for a lot. But I also smoke a lot. I don't like to love, cause love on earth
Can only be seen from above. Because my Levi's sag, I was labeled as a thug.
black and white rag with a picture of some
Some
blood.
blood.
I'm so glad that you asked, I could really use
Use
it.
a dub.
I'ma drink it up and
Probably hit the
I
club.
don't like to dance, but
I love the rub. Lipstick lesbian, she was chilling with a stud.
Where do I begin?
Shorty, I don't even judge.
But I brought a friend and she
She wanted to say what's
all
up.
lust, no love. I'm just trying to make it flood.
Yeah.
Now a week prior,
I was in the mud,
shorty I desired.
retired from my
Like
love.
if I had flat tires with no spare in the trunk.
Yeah.
Blow smoke and spit fire, so I be blowing up.
Yeah.
Taking off higher every time I spark it up. I just started out retired
And give it all up.
But I hope the riders of the future teacher get brighter. Like when it's dark and I
Spark my lighter.
people in the hood acting like
They Michael Myers.
I'm more like Freddy
Cougar killing dreams and inspires.
Flow is a nine
Trey 5 in a Ruger.
game over, move over.
I ain't no loser.
But I'm a pen paper instrumentals.
Mic abuser.
You can't tell until my future unless you my producer. Shout out to Louis and Joker, this rap game
Niggas
is
like poker.
more like Texas
Just hold 'em one day. I'll be on posters.
Hopefully not at the post office, but at a crib that
Sells Doja.
You too immature to take this ride. My life's a coaster. My teacher said I was a coaster, but a cruiser supposed to. New school mentality with old school realities. Hated hearing about
Fatalities.
casualties.
So casually. Alright, man. Alright. Moving on to the crystal of the week. Calcite. So the calcite crystal stone meaning can be traced back to ancient Greece. And I ain't talking about Greece lightning. I'm talking about Greece, Greece, where it came from the Latin word calc, meaning lime. The main ingredient in the shells of sea creatures is crystallized limestone. Gives the calcite crystal an incredible array of varieties and colors. I thought they were just white, but when I was looking it up, it's like, oh yeah, they got different colors. It's beautiful. The calcite crystal and its powers of absorption have turned it into a powerful sponge that soaks up toxic emotions and negativity. Shout out to energymuse.com. Healing with calcite. Shout out to charmsoflight.com. Can help deepen intellect. Helps with memory. Helps with your wisdom. Helps psychic abilities if you're into that kind of thing. Spirituality, astral projection, if you're into that sort of thing. Channeling, or your higher consciousness, which we should all be trying to communicate with our higher consciousness. Our what our spiritual self really desires and needs, not just what our physical self desires and wants. Calcite is a powerful amplifier and a cleanser of energy. And I think it really helps. I take it with me to work. I mean, I take a lot of these crystals to work, and they really do help, along with, other assets that I use. It clears negative energy from the environment. It brings forth the polarizing prismatic energy, which engenders a spectrum of energy to clear and to activate all of the chakras. Calcite is a spiritual stone that facilitates the opening of higher consciousness and psychic abilities. It helps mind and body to remember soul experiences. Calcite connects the emotions with the intellect. It is an excellent stone when studying the arts and sciences. It calms the mind, teaches discernment, stimulates insights, and boosts memory. Calcite cleanses and improves the functions of the kidneys, the pancreas, and the spleen. It dissolves calcification of the bones. It balances the assimilation of calcium within the body, strengthening the skeleton and the joints. It alleviates intestinal and skin conditions, stimulates blood clotting, and helps with tissue healing. Wow. Calcite. Incredible. Most definitely incredible. All right. Before we take flight. So this strain right here is called Blue Cookies, the strain of the week. We did an episode. I gotta check what episode of the of the Odd Pod we did with Blue Cookies. I think it was Ego. I think it's the one that just dropped. But I'll double check it. Man. Alright, let's see. Subscriptions. How many songs on Donda? Shout out to, I gotta listen to that album. It just dropped. No, Candy Kush was Ego. So Blue Cookies. Let me go to the iPod page. Shout out to the iPods. Shout out to the Odd Squad. Hopping up and down like a frog. Hopping up and down like a frog. Smoking on the blunt so big like a hog. I mean, like a motherfucking log. So it was humble. So let me get to this real quick. Holy fuck. Okay. Keep stopping. Hopefully it doesn't stop again. So calcite is good for all your chakras. Boom. Badass woman of history. Pimiko, aka Himiko. She was a 3rd century ruler of a territory in ancient Japan known as Yamatai. Later to be known as Yamato. She was considered by the Chinese to be the ruler of all Japan. Given her state's power, she exchanged diplomatic embassies with the ruling Wei dynasty. A semi-legendary figure, Himiko is curiously absent from the Japanese historical records, but does appear briefly in Chinese histories. Himiko is noted for being a shaman queen, unmarried, and living in a fortress where she was served by 100 women. I'm gonna keep fucking checking, make sure this house is fucking recording shit. 100 women, and she had 1,000 women served her inside. 100 men were guards of the castle. So her name in archaic Japanese means son, child, or son daughter. It probably alludes to her divine descent from the Shinto sun goddess. Because later on, all Japanese rulers would be identified as descendants of gods. At the time of her reign, there were around 100 kingdoms spread across the islands. Her state was the most powerful of these and may have led to a loose federation of 30 states as the contemporary Chinese state recognized her as, in effect, the ruler of all the Japanese islands. Because hers was the most powerful. I had to delete apps and shit, man. This shit's already running out of room. Shit's crazy. That's fine. Whatever. Everything happens for a reason. 'Tis the season. So there's not a lot known about her, but even in the Koreans, and she was referenced in the Korean history. Where is it? It's like towards the end. Korean sources. The oldest known Korean history book, the 1145 Samguk Sagi, Chronicles of the Three Korean Kingdoms, record that Queen Pimiko sent an emissary to King Adala of Silla in May 173. So she was like, it wasn't just China that they were doing business with, they were also doing business with Korea, which is dope as fuck. Okay. So now that I think I have everything, we're going to wrap this bitch up.